Favoritism in a child can cause anger or behavior problems, an increased level of depression, and then it causes the child not to interact with others. These symptoms can be seen in a favored child or a one that has not been favored. Stick to the end of this video to find out more. Hello, my YGZ lovers. Welcome to yet another episode of the Youngsters Gist Zone. I remain your host, Ogali Nimi. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for tuning in today. But you want to hit the subscribe button down below and then turn on the notification bell so whenever we post content like this, you will get the bell. For a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around with me. I love you from the moon and back. So this subject of discussion today is very paramount to parents. One thing we need to know is that children instinctively depend on their parents for love, care, and affection. And then once they don't get it, it becomes either demotivational to them or motivational to them. Parents tend to favor their biological children over their probably stepchildren in a polygamous family, and while in a patriarchal society, parents tend to love their male children over their female children. We have this common among some tribes in Nigeria, especially the eastern part of Nigeria, where the male child is considered more of a child than the female children, and most times these female children don't even get to go to school. And this is a practical example of what favoritism is in our society. So a survey was carried out last week and we had interviewees pointing out favoritism as a toxic behavior when it comes to children upbringing. And so I'm going to be reading some factual truth that I've written down about favoritism when it comes to training your children. Now, one of the causes of favoritism when it comes to taking care of the child is that these favored ones sometimes, emphasis, disclaimer, on sometimes tend to be spoiled brats. They know that they have their parents at their defense, either their mom or their dad at their defense whenever they do something wrong, and especially when they are the young children. So they know that, okay, mommy is not going to do anything to me because I'm her favorite child. Yeah. And then sometimes another cause of favoritism as it affects the child is the fact that these children grow to be self-esteemed lowered. In other words, they tend to have a low self-esteem. So it is another cause of favoritism when it comes to the child. So we're going to be hearing from one of our interviewees, and this is what she has to say. Another concept here is this favoritism as parents tend to have a favorite child. I know that you can have favorite children, but I don't think that the child should be able to tell that this is daddy's favorite.
Exactly.
Can we consider that as toxicity?
Of course it is. And if we go back to the Bible days, you discover the chaos that happened between Esau and Jacob because of mother loving Jacob, father loving Esau. Now, by the time a father makes it so clear that he likes this child based on something, and you will see mothers tend to love this one because of something, already in the family there is division. They said divided before, unity will stand. So by the time you're already making a child knows, oh, this is who backs me or this is who makes me happy. What if the person is no more alive and the child is confronted with issues? That means the child will lock up. Because daddy is not around that should have understood me. There is no point of going to know.
Yeah. That's
and that's it. And before you know it, the child will now start looking for who looks like a father figure, a wrong father figure.
Yeah.
And that's the end. And you hear mothers say, why didn't you tell me? The truth is, you already made it so clear that I have who I love. The
Right.
boys are to daddies, or the boys are to mommy,
Mommy
while the
and
girls
girl.
are to daddy, or the girls to mommy. So that's how it
Wallahi, but
is.
for me, daddy and mommy, I got you. Thank you so much, about Friendship.
Yeah.
Away from that, another cause or effect of favoritism, as I've written here, as it affects the child, is they become emotionally affected, as stated earlier on. So they have, once they are emotionally affected, most of them do not have the time to think about their talents. So most of these children might have awesome talents that they could show, but they end up suppressing their talents. They might have flair to sing, but because even when they get good, they are good at what they do, they don't have anybody to share their successes with, because they know that they are not loved. Funny enough, children can spot daddy's favorite, children can spot mommy's favorite. But I beg us as parents, do not let your children be able to tell that they have um, one of their siblings as your favorite children. It it has a way of creating what's the word now? It has a way of creating I'm an English student though. It has a way of create. Someone give me a word down in the comment section. I cannot even remember any word right now. But it creates discord. They don't love themselves. Yeah. So it has a way of affecting the children. So another cause is that they shy away from social situations that they're supposed to stand up for themselves. Because of this favoritism that is going on in your home, they tend to shy away from social situations. At social events and gathering children, they don't come out. That's also an effect. So parents, it's enough to build values, but if you're not consistent with the values you're building in these children, and they get to know that you have a favorite child, it has a way of affecting them. So these are some of the ways. So if you know the ways that favoritism has affected a child, you can let me know down the comments section. Please give this video a thumbs up if it was educative, and then you could hit the subscribe button. Follow us across all social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Youngsters Gist Zone. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Tough love, baby.